Swimmers and coaches, let's please start to clear the main competition pool. Let's please clear the main competition pool. We'll get underway in just about 8 minutes this morning. Swimmers, let's please clear the main competition pool. Swimmers, please. Everybody out of the pool, as they say. All right, just about ready to go. We got our timers in their chairs. Swimmers starting to gather behind the blocks. All right, day 4 here, Saturday, at the IU Natatorium on the campus of IUPUI in downtown Indianapolis for the 2023 NCSA Summer Swimming Championships. Tons of meet records so far. Lots of swimmers getting their Olympic trial cut times or bettering their seed time for Olympic trials, which will be taking place just a couple blocks from here at Lucas Oil Stadium 1 year from now. This morning we'll see competition, the women's and men's 500 free, women's and men's 100 fly, the women's and men's 200 backstroke. All right, ready to get started here this morning. Going to kick it off 7 preliminary heats in the women's 400 freestyle. Heat 1. Heat 1 underway now. Lane 1 from Academy Bullets. Anna Doherty, 2 for Blazing Barracudas. Beatrice Stewart, 3 for St. Croix Swim Club. Mary McCormick, 4 for St. Andrews Aquatics. Sienna Griffiths, 5 for Lakeside Swim Team. Elizabeth Suma. Lane 6 for North Carolina Aquatic. Abigail Emmerich. And in 7 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Ellie Franks. Here we are, the first 100 turn of the day. Elizabeth Suma from Lakeside out in front, 104.67 ahead of Beatrice Stewart. Blazing Barracudas at 105.17. .200 meters into Heat 1. Suma still out front, lane 5, 2:14.29. Stewart still in second, lane 2, 2:14.53. And Sienna Griffiths, third, currently in lane 4. NCSA long course record in the women's 400 freestyle, 4:13.56. And the Olympic trial cut time for this event, 4:15.49. Suma still leads at the 300. 3:22.74. Mary McCormick, lane 3, St. Croix Swim Club. Turns in at 3:23.71 with Stewart, third in lane 2. Heat 1 of the women's 400 freestyle in the books now. with Elizabeth Suma from Lakeside touching in a 430.75. Heat 2. Heat 2, lane 1 from Lakeside. Lena Sires, 2 from Germantown Academy. Amelia Gibson, 3-4, Texas Ford Aquatics. Isabel Henderson, 4 for Long Island Aquatic Club. April Chun, 5 for Long Island Aquatic. Sasha Carafin, 6 for Waukesha Express. Olivia Wayner, 7 for Tsunami Swim Team. Cheyenne Kissinger, and lane 8 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Haley Lehman. Sasha Carafin, lane 5, 104.83, ahead of Isabel Henderson, lane 3, at 105.00. Carafin turns in a 2:13.01 ahead of April Chun. Lane 4, 2 Long Island Aquatic Club teammates there, 1 and 2. Isabel Henderson, third in lane 3. Carafin still out front at the 300, 321.53 with Chun. Remains in second, lane 4, 321.86. Sasha Carafin, Long Island Aquatic, takes heat 2 in a time of 4:28.81. Heat 3. Lane 1 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Emma Schumacher. 2 for Tide Riders, Ella Arbiter. 3 for Core Swimming, Amelia Lester. 4 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Daniela Ferreira Fontes. 5 for Team Pittsburgh, Zoe Poe. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Kirsten Armstrong. 7 for Lakeside Swim Team, Lillian Burkowski. And lane 8 for Suburban Seahawks, Caitlin Colasar. Kirsten Armstrong at the 100, lane 6, 104.32 with Lillian Burkowski. Next to her, lane 7, turning into 104.53. Third over in lane 1, Emma Schumacher. Armstrong still out front, lane 6 at the 200, 212.77. Lily and Borkowski right there with her. Amelia Lester from Core Swimming, lane 3. She's picking up the pace and edges into the lead. Lester's 300 turn, 320.71 ahead of Burkowski. Lane 7, 321.62. Heat 3 coming into the wall now of 7 to be swum in the women's 400 freestyle. And Amelia Lester from Core Swimming, her time 4:27.76. Heat 4. Lane 1 of Heat 4 here from Blazy Barracudas, Meredith Stewart. 3 from Nova of Virginia, Riley Miklos. 4 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Peyton Foster. Lane 5 of Nova of Virginia, Kira Reed. 6, Oli Swimming, Elise McCall. And 8 from Lakeside Swim Team, Cartley Tyler. Riley Miklos out front at the 100. Lane 3, 103.45 ahead of Kira Reed. Lane 5, who turned in a 103.63. Good morning to our swim fans watching on the NCSA webcast here. Miklos turning at the 200, 2:11.37. Reed still in second, lane 5, 2:12.55. Riley Miklos, her 300 turn, 3:19.96. Reed in lane 5, 3:21.95. And third, Elise McCall, Ole Swimming in lane 6, 3:23.29. Riley Miklos here in Heat 4, 4:28.77. First of our circle seated heats now, Heat 5. Lane 1 for New Wave Swim Club, Isabel Mundy. 2 for Team Greenville, Lily Abdella. 3 for Rockwood Swim Club, Taylor Klopman. 4 for Suburban Seahawks, Gima Underkofer. 5 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Avery Wharton. 6 for Team Greenville, Lila Bogner. 7 for Eagle Swim Team, Aaron Booty. And lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Caitlin Gressick. Out front at the 100, Isabel Mundy from New Wave, turning in a 103.23. And second, Lila Bogner from Team Greenville, lane 6, 103.77. Mundy at the 200 turn, 2:10.34. Bogner still second, lane 6, 2:10.64. And third, Aaron Booty, lane 7, 2:11.55. Bogner now into the lead here in Heat 5, lane 6. Lila Bogner turns at the 300, 3:16.48. Ahead of Mundy over in lane 1, 3:17.36. Lily Abdullah, third in lane 2. Lila Bogner, Team Greenville, here in Heat 5, 4:22.64. Bogner's time the quickest so far, heading into Heat 6. Heat 6, lane 1 for North Carolina Aquatic, Daisy Collins. 2 for Academy Bullets, Sadie Murphy. 3 for Germantown Academy, Carly Bowles. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Madison Smith. 5 for Germantown Academy, Emily Hamill. 6 for Oli Swimming, Emma Kate Zanoli. 7 for Tsunami Swim Team, Avery True. And 8 for Wilmington Aquatic Club, Kira Agni. Madison Smith, Rockville Montgomery in lane 4, turns at the 100, 1:00.94, ahead of Carly Bowles of Germantown Academy, 1:02.10. Emily Hamill right up there. Third in lane 5 as she turned in a 1:02.28. Halfway through heat 6 for Madison Smith. She turns in a 2:05.90. Hamill lane 5, 2:07.93. Bowles still third. In lane 3 and fourth, Kira Agni of Wilmington Aquatic Club in lane 8. .300 turn for Madison Smith, lane 4, 3:11.22. Hamill around in a 3:14.99. Madison Smith coming into the wall. Smith's time, 4:15.58. Just off the Olympic trial cut time. We'll see how she comes back tonight. Hamill second into the wall, 4:21.98. But Smith, 4:15.58. Heat 7. It's our final heat to be swum this morning in the preliminaries of the women's 400 freestyle. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Samantha Anderson. 2 for Zionsville, Annabelle Swinney. 3 for Rockville Montgomery, Andrea Dwork. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Haley McDonald. 5 for City of Lafayette, Marie Landrenau. 6 for Tide Riders, Nora Lee Brown. 7 for Fast Tigers, Claire Parsons. And in lane 8 for Team Greenville, Lauren Adams. Again, the NCSA long course record in this event, 4:13.56 by Lainey Mullins, Suburban Seahawk, at last summer's championship meet. And the Olympic trial cut time, 4:15.49. Haley McDonald, the Lakeside, here lane 4, coming in with a seed time not too far off that Olympic trial cut. McDonald's seed time, 4:16.12. And Dwork and McDonald turn at the same time at the 100, 101.92. And we also had our 7th position swimmers, Parsons and Adams in 7 and 8, turning at the same time. How about that? Almost a bingo, right? Haley McDonald at the 200, 2:08.00. Dworak in lane 3, 2:08.46. And third, Marie Landrenau, lane 5, 2:10.50 at the halfway mark. And our final preliminary heat in women's 400 freestyle this morning. Haley McDonald at the 300, 3:14.91. And Haley McDonald, Lakeside Swim Team in lane 4. Has a swim this morning, 4:21.26. Heading into the men's 400 freestyle preliminaries now, 12 heats. Here's heat 1. Lane 3 for Ole Swimming, Liam Seifert. 4 for Excel Aquatics, Matthew Amadio. And 5 for Eagle Swim Team, Andrew Chen. Andrew Chen, Eagle Swim Team, turns at the 100, 59.65. Ahead of Matthew Amadio of Excel. In lane 4, 100.94. And Liam Seifert of Ole Swimming, 102.52. Andrew Chen at the 200, 203.29. Madio 206.08, and Seifert still in third, lane 3, 209.33. Andrew Chen turns at the 300, 308.31. Madio 313.04 in lane 4. And Seifert 316.77. Here now the results of preliminary swims in the women's 400 freestyle. Second alternate in E, Franks. First alternate, Doherty. In the E final, Lehman, Emmerich, Sayers, Murphy, Gibson, Griffith, Stewart, and Wharton. In the D final, Colasar, Suma, Henderson, McCall, Schumacher, Zanoli, Reed, and Barkowski. The bonus final, Armstrong, Chung, Ferreira Fontes, Carafin, Miklos, Agni, Underkoffler, and Parsons. The consolation final heat of women's 400 free, Swinney, Booty, Anderson, Lester, Collins, Adams, Abdullah, and Lenrenau. And the championship final in the women's 400 free, Bowles, Dworak, Monday, Brown, Bogner, Hamill, McDonald, and the top seed from Rockville, Montgomery, Madison Smith with her swim of a 4:15.58. Time now is 9:07, 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event number 27. So heat 1 just finishing up, 4:11.09, moving into heat 2. Heat 2, lane 1 from Swim Houston, Samuel Wen. 2 for Chicago Wolfpack, Kale Chow. 3 for Tsunami Swim Team, Samuel Hedefent. 4 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatic, Dane Boscus. 5 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Anthony Adams. 6 for North Carolina Aquatic, Matthew Sink. 7 for Waukesha Express, Eli Wichman. And 8 for Avon Community Swim Team, Mason Gilliam. Hundred turn for Eli Wichman, lane 7, 58.96, ahead of Matthew Sink next to him, lane 6, 59.17, and third Samuel Hennefent in lane 3 at a 59.36. Dane Vasquez, Northwest Arkansas Aquatic, into the lead now. 200 turn, 2:02.52, ahead of Anthony Adams in lane 5. And Matthew Sink, third in lane 6. .300 turn for Dane Vasquez, lane 4, 3:06.27. Anthony Adams, lane 5, 3:07.05. And Matthew Sink, third in lane 6, 3:08.47. Dane Vasquez, 4:09.86. As we now head into Heat 3. Lane 1 for Dead Swim Club, Travis Lai. 2 for Rockville Montgomery, William Shrian. 3 for Lakeside Swim Team, Mason Lanning. 4 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Andrew McEachern. 5 for Team Pittsburgh, Noah Lang. 6 for New Wave, Caden Hedrick. 7 for Chelsea Piers, Jack Haley. And lane 8 for Huntsville Swim Association, Kristen Wester. Mason Lanning, 57.89, ahead of McEachern in lane 4, 58.87. Mason Lanning, 200 turn, 2:01.41. McEachern, lane 4, 2:03.36. Lightning turns at the 300, 305.16. Second now, Travis Lai of Dad's Club in lane 1, 308.18. And Caden Hedrick of New Wave turning in lane 6, 308.75. Mason Lanning coming in here to finish off his swim in heat 3, 407.06. Heat 4. Underway in heat 4, lane 1. Kelvin Tang of Ole Swimming. 2, Brady Julian of Nova of Virginia. 3, Brody Blatt of Tide Riders. Lane 4, Lance Young of Huntsville Swim Association. 5, Noah Greer, City of Mobile. 6, Gavin Cogan of Zionsville. 7, Wyatt Gallus of XL Aquatics. And lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Noah Benton. Kelvin Tang, Ole Swimming. At the 100, lane 1, 59.23 ahead of Noah Benton of Lakeside. Second in lane 8 at a 59.42. Tang turns into 203.19. Had a Noah Greer, lane 5, 203.93. Swimmers, if you are a top seed in a championship final individual event, you can pick out your parade music. Come by and see me before you head back for your afternoon break. Tang turns at the 300, 309.03. Greer second in lane 5, 309.13. Kevin Coggin from Zionsville Swim Club, now third in lane 6. He turned at the 300, 309.33. Racing it in here for the finish in Heat 4, Brody Blatt of Tide Riders, 412.27. Heat 5. Heat 5, Lane 1 for Kentucky Aquatics, Brady Miller. 2 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Gunnar Severson. 3 for Long Island Aquatic, Ethan Silver. 4 for Academy Bullets, Tyler Connor. 5 for Tide Riders, Kevin Kineen. 6 for Lakeside Swim Team, Christopher Thuer. 7 for Rockville Montgomery, Joshua Lopez. And 8 for Nova of Virginia, Aiden Muvanovic. Christopher Thuer, lane 6 from Lakeside. Turns at the 159.06 ahead of Joshua Lopez. Rockville Montgomery, lane 7, 59.50. Christopher Thuer, 203.28 at the 200. Ethan Silver, lane 3, 203.44 and third, Tyler Connor. Thuer still up front, lane 6, 307.85 ahead of Silver, 308.12. Gunnar Severson now third in lane 2 at a 308.90. Gunnar Severson, Southeast Metro Sharks in lane 2. Springs to the front, races in here on Heat 5, touches first in a time of 4:10.58. Heat 6. Lane 1 for Suburban Seahawks, Gavin Shiflett. 2 for Nova of Virginia, Hayden Bartz. 3 for Carolina Aquatic Team, Benjamin Pritchard. 4 for Core Swimming, Evan Gluck. 5 for Germantown Academy, Jack Grimley. 6 for Team Pittsburgh, Hunter Raymer. 7 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Felix Flaxstead. And lane 8 for Rockville Montgomery, Brig Burnett. Out front at the 100 here in heat 6, Benjamin Pritchard, lane 3, 59.71, ahead of Gavin Shiflett. Suburban Seahawks, 59.72. Hayden Bartz of Nova, lane 2, now getting out in front. Hayden Bartz, Nova of Virginia, lane 2. 200 turn at a 2:03.10 ahead of Shiflett, lane 1. 2:03.39 in third, Evan Gluck. Core Swimming, lane 4. 2:03.85. .300 turn for Hayden Bartz in lane 2, 3:06.37. Shiflett next to him, lane 1, 3:07.17. Gluck still in third, lane 4. And fourth, Benjamin Pritchard, Carolina Aquatic Team. Into the finish here, Hayden Bartz, Nova of Virginia, 4:07.65. Halfway through our preliminary field now in the men's 400 freestyle. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Michael Sashow. 2 for Rockville Montgomery, Charlie Began. 3 for Bodemaker Aquatics, Ryan Nipp. 4 for Dad's Club, Jack Brown. 5 for Dad's Club, Max O'Neill. Lane 6 for New Wave Swim Club, Joseph Capo. 7 for North Carolina Aquatic, Cooper Nicholson. And 8 for Tide Riders, Graham Zucker. Joseph Capo, lane 6, leading at the 100 here in heat 7, 58.17. Ahead of Jack Brown, Dad's Club in lane 4, 58.47. Michael Sashow now into the lead in lane 1. She turned it at the far end. .300 turn for Michael Sashow in lane 1. 305.40 ahead of Ryan Nip, lane 3. 305.62. Capo now in 3rd, lane 6. Ryan Nip brings it in here to close out heat 7, 4:07.68. Heat 8. Lane 1 for Germantown Academy, Andrew Zhao. 2 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatic, Dennis Ozil. 3 for City of Mobile, James Andrews. 4 for Eagle Swim Team, Brandon Richter. 5 for North Carolina Aquatic, Tyler Barrett. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Jackson Mueller. 7 for North Carolina Aquatic, Andrew Cummins. And lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Jack Augustus. Quickest time turned in so far in the preliminaries of the men's 400 freestyle came out of heat 3, Mason Lanning of Lakeside, 4:07.06. Again, heat 8 of 12 to be swum, now in the water. Andrew Cummins, North Carolina, lane 7, 58.77. Brandon Richter, second in lane 4, 59.14. Andrew Commons turns at the 200, lane 7, 201.11, ahead of Brandon Richter, lane 4, 201.89. 300 turn for Brandon Richter in lane 4, 303.07. Cummins in lane 7, 304.67. Jackson Mueller, third in lane 6. He turns in a 306.76. Brandon Richter, Eagle Swim Team, comes in to finish off Heat 8 with our new quick time so far in the preliminaries of the men's 400 freestyle at a 4:03.92. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Fishers Area Swimming Tigers, Luke Parsons. 2 for North Carolina Aquatic, Ian Platts Mills. 3 for Tide Riders, Jackson Bradburn. 4 for Machine Aquatics, Tyler Whitaker. 5 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics is Parker Lenosi. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Alexander Wynn. 7 for Academy Bullets, Braden Capon. And an 8 for Dance Club, Nathan Moss. Cape in lane 7 leading at the 100, 58.70. Had Alexander Wynn in lane 6, 58.88. Platts Mills at the 200, 201.75. Ahead of Braden Capon in lane 7, 201.99. 300 turn for Platts Mills, 304.46. Ian Platts Mills, 406.26. Heat 10. Heat 10 is the first of our circle seated heats in the preliminaries of the men's 400 freestyle. Lane 1 for Petty Aquatic Association, Tomas Chevres. 2 for Team Pittsburgh, Luke Hartman. 3 for Swim Houston, Gideon Swan. 4 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Owen Dankirk. 5 for Tsunami Swim Team, Ellis Krishy. 6 for Zionsville Swim Club, Malcolm Slater. 7 for Long Island Aquatic, Owen Meow. And in lane 8 for Franklin Regional Swim Team, Thomas Kemble. Chevres out front, lane 1 at the 100, 58.69, ahead of Gideon Swan. Lane 3, 58.73. Actually, Swan and Dankirk, lanes 3 and 4, turned at the same time in second position at the 100 at a 58.73. .200 turn out in front. Owen Dankirk, Fort Wayne Swim Team, lane 4, 2:00:55 ahead of Gideon Swan. Swim Houston, next to him, lane 3. Swan turn 2:00:76. Dankirk at the 300, 3:02:36 ahead of Swan. 3:02:78 in third, Luke Hartman of Team Pittsburgh. He's around in a 3:04.03. Gideon Swan, Swim Houston, here on the last 50. Kicks it into another gear, and he brings it into the wall. Gideon Swan, 4:03.37. Our quickest posting so far, with 2 more heats left to go. Heat 11. Heat 11 underway. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Clay Bauman. 2 for New Wave, Truman Breidup. 3 for Rockville Montgomery, Cooper Zachar Kemney. 4 for Germantown Academy, Landon D'Ariano. 5 for Mako Aquatics, Andrew Hansen. 6 for Tsunami, Derek Long. 7 for Tide Riders, Maxwell Marcus. And 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, John Crush. Maxwell Marcus, lane 7 for Tide Riders, turns at the 156.04 ahead of John Crush, Lakeside. Lane 8 at the 56.57. Marcus turns in lane 7, 157.47. Crush still in second, lane 8, 159.26. Andrew Hansen third in lane 5. Breidup now into second at the far end as he turns. Maxwell Marcus still out front, lane 7. .300 turn for Maxwell, 3:01.68. Zachar Kemney now into second position, lane 3, 3:01.82 with Breidup third in lane 2. Cooper Zachar Kemney now into first. Racing into the finish of heat 11. And out of lane 3, Cooper Zachar Kemney in a time 4:03.09. Cooper swimming for Rockville Montgomery. Heat 12. Zachary Kemney with the new fast time in this preliminary session of the men's 400 freestyle, 4:03:09. And our final preliminary heat underway now, heat 12, lane 1 for Chicago Wolfpack, Charles Tracy. 2 for Suburban Seahawks, Ken Yinier. 3 for Germantown Academy, Jonathan Freeman. 4 for Core Swimming, William Savarese. Lane 5 for Dad's Club, Alex Meow. 6 for Petty Aquatic Association, Luke Brennan. 7 for Dad's Club, Larkin Hellman. And in lane 8 for Lakeside Swim Team, Alexander Teesing. Alex Meow turns at the 100, 56.77 ahead of William Savarese. In lane 4 to 56.79. Luke Brennan now into the lead, lane 6. .200 turn, Luke Brennan, Petty Aquatic Association, out front as he turns 158.61 ahead of Alex Meow. Dad's Club in lane 5 at a 158.96. William Savarese of Core Swimming, 3rd in lane 4. Savarese now into the lead, lane 4. Savarese's turn at the 300, 259.74 ahead of Meow in lane 5. 3:00.75, Luke Brennan 3rd in lane 6. Savarese on his way back to final 50. Olympic trial cut time in this event, 3:55.59. Savarese comes in with a seed time, 3:58.02. Now in lane 5, Alex Meow, Dad's Club. He jumps into the lead. Touches in a time of 4:01.18. That is our quickest posting this morning at the men's 400 freestyle preliminary. (18 preliminary heats now in a women's 100 butterfly, heat 1. Lane 2 for Tide Riders, Kate Penaward. 3 for Waukesha Express, Evelyn Brown. 4 for Tide Riders, Avery Canine. 5 for Tide Riders, Ella Arbiter. 6 for Affinity Aquatic, Laura Robertson. And 7 for Hershey Aquatic, Lydia McMullen. NCSA long course record in the women's 100 butterfly, 59.35 by Victoria Husky, Arlington Aquatic in 2018. And the Olympic trial cut time for this event, 100.19. Avery Canine, Tide Riders, touches in Heat 1, 107.00. Heat 2. Heat 2, lane 1 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic. Anna Edwards, 2 for Long Island Aquatic. Reagan Freed, 3 for Kentucky Aquatics. Sophia Rodriguez, 4 for Machine Aquatics. Caitlin Estes, 5 for Texas Ford Aquatics. Sophia Fansteel, 6 for Machine Aquatics. Colleen Reed, 7 for Academy Bullets. Peyton Dorman, and 8 for Affinity Aquatic Club. Ellen Hunt. Sophia Fansteel, Texas Ford Aquatics. Heat 2 here, 105.87. Heat 3. Lane 1 for Hershey Aquatic, Madeline Surface. 2 for Rockville Montgomery, Anna Mitchum. 3 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Mallory Payne. 4 for Eagle Swim Team, Taylor Wilson. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Elizabeth Lang. 6 for St. Andrews Aquatics, Logan Zielinski. 7 for Ole Swimming, Sophie Stefanik. And an 8 for Tide Riders, Lindsay Neighbor. Mallory Payne, Southeast Metro Sharks. Lane 3, 105.74. Heat 4. Lane 1 for Huntsville Swim Association, Kara Jones. 2 for Team Pittsburgh, Delaney O'Toole. 3 for Tide Riders, Madeline Krager. 4 for Kentucky Aquatics, Catherine Woodall. 5 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatics, Emma On the Hill. 6 for Course Swimming, Amelia Lester. 7 for Long Island Aquatic, Ellie Franks. In the lane 8 for Tide Riders, Julia Phillips. Heat winner again out of lane 3, Madeline Krager from Tide Riders, 104.37. Quick so far. Heat 5. Second alternate in E in the men's 400 free. Be Chen, first alternate silver in the E final. Adams, Barrett, Shiflett, Boscus, Gluck, Wynn, Krishy, and Azil. In the D final, Moss, Parsons, Chevrolet, Cummins, Capon, Tracy, Miller, and Laning. In the bonus final of the men's 400 free, Nip, Bartz, Long, Hellman, Meow, Slater, D'Ariano, and Teesing. In the consolation final, Platts Mills, Hartman, Hansen, Yinier, Freeman, Dankirk, Marcus, and Crush. In the championship final heat of men's 400 freestyle, Richter, Breithaupt, Swan, Bauman, Zecker Kemney, Brennan, Cervasi, and the top seed from Dad Swim Club, Alex Meow, 4:01.18. Time now is 10:05, and the 30-minute scratch roll is in effect for event number 28. Heat 5 on the wall with Sydney Detman touching first, 1:04.90. Heat 6. Heat 6, lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Kara McDonald. 2 for Suburban Seahawks, Julia Parker. 3 for Swim Houston, Caden Busser. 4 for Affinity Aquatic, Sheila Austin. 5 for Academy Bullets, Susanna Krasnicki. 6 for Dad's Club, Kira DeJong. 7 for Zionsville, Annabelle Hermosinski. And lane 8 for Waukesha Express, Kate Larson. Caden Bosher from Swim Houston, lane 3, 105.21. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Tide Riders, Campbell Morosky. 2 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Lily Powell. 3 for Eagle Swim Team, Aaron Booty. 4 for Affinity Aquatic, Ava Kaiser. 5 for Tide Riders, Leah Renner. 6 for Academy Bullets, Haley Vlesick. And lane 8 for New Trier Aquatics, Leah Rogi. Heat 3 again with your heat winner, Aaron Booty from Eagle Swim Team, 103.64. Fastest posting through Heat 7. Heat 8. Lane 1 for Tide Riders, Hannah Renaud. 2 for Chelsea Piers, Emily Calvadas. 3 for Academy Bullets, Lauren O'Connor. 4 for Germantown Academy, Sarah Freeman. 5 for Academy Bullets, Kelly Shortall. 6 for Tide Riders, Nora Redkowski. 7 for Team Pittsburgh, Caitlin Connors. And 8 for Academy Bullets, Alexandra Casanovas. NCSA long course record of the women's 100 butterfly, 59.35. Victoria Husky of Arlington. And again, that Olympic trial cut time, 1:00.19. Sarah Freeman on the wall on a 105.69. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Excel Aquatics, Anna Keene. 2 for Arlington Aquatic, Gloria Kwong. 3 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Sophia Ware. 4 for Eagle Swim Team, Samantha Randall. 5 for Affinity Aquatic, Lauren Patterson. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Kelsey Miller. 7 for Tide Riders, Allison Maloney. And 8 for Team Pittsburgh, Amanda Adair. Heat 9 finishing with Kelsey Miller of Rockville Montgomery, 104.37. Heat 10. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Kinley Jones. 2 for Wilmington Aquatic, Rachel Bachrath. 3 for Team Pittsburgh, Lauren Opitz. 4 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Caitlin Liu. 5 for Eagle Swim Team, Zoe Wecker. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Gabriella Kaiser. 7 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Rachel Conley. And lane 8 for Rockwood Swim Club, Hayden Schossel. Heat 10 on the wall, touching first, lane 1, Kinley Jones, Lakeside Swim Team at a 103.36. Quick so far. Heat 11. Lane 1 for Nova, Virginia, Madeline Bynum. 2 for Academy Bullets, Isabella Witowitz. 3 for Long Island Aquatic, Riley Freed. 4 for Stingrays, Addie Rice. 5 for Dad's Club, Sydney Smith. 6 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Audrey Gill. 7 for Nova of Virginia, Olivia Wainert. And 8 for Kentucky Aquatics, Megan Wedeking. Isabella Witowicz, Academy Bullets, 103.87. Heat 12. Lane 1 for Bowling Green Swim Club, Allison Brash. 2 for Blazing Barracudas, Beatrice Stewart. 3 for North Carolina Aquatics, Yari Brock. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Ava Graziani. 5 for Tsunami Swim Team, Avery True. 6 for Lakeside is Kate Brager. 7 for Long Island Aquatic, Madison Connor. And 8 for Tide Riders, Carolyn Fultz. Heat 12 coming to the finish here. Kate Brager, Carolyn Fultz touching first from Tide Riders in lane 8, 103.84. Heat 13. Heat 13 underway. Lane 1 for Astra Area Aquatics, Rebecca Pickard. 2 for Course Swimming, Campbell Chase. 3 for Blazing Barracudas, Sophia Jimenez. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Zoe McGee. 5 for Nova of Virginia, Elizabeth Goodwin Burney. 6 for North Carolina Aquatic, Maya Lambert. 7 for Long Island Aquatic, Brianna Raccanello. And 8 for Eagle Swim Team, Jillian Hawkins. Campbell Chase, Course Swimming, lane 2. Out front of the field here in Heat 13. She touches in a time of 102.23. Our quickest posting through Heat 13. Heat 14. Lane 1 for Grosse Pointe Gators, Sophie Schutz. 2 for Academy Bullets, Kendall Mailers. 3 for the Bullets, Ariana Nakula. 4 for Chicago Wolfpack, Maya Arroyo. 5 for TNT Swimming, Megan Kokorin. 6 for Long Island Aquatic, Natalie Wu. 7 for Greenwich YWCA, Penelope Lazar. And lane 8 for Team Pittsburgh, Natalie Sense. Arroyo out front, lane 4, turned at the 50, 29.12. And Maya Aurora, 103.68. Heat 15. Lane 1 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Isabel Crace. 2 for Fast Tigers, Nalini Cortez. 3 for Celine Swim Team, Lauren McNamara. 4 for Huntsville Swim Association, Abigail Chan. 5 for Suburban Seahawks, Caitlin Colasar. 6 for Dad's Club, Cassidy Kitchell. 7 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic. And I'm all swear in 8 for Rockwood Swim Club is Sydney Shope. Alice Ware from Chelsea Piers, lane 7. First to touch in heat 15 at a 1:03.31. Heat 16. This is the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of the women's 100 butterfly. Heat 16, lane 1 for Waukesha Express, Ella Antonuski. 2 for Suburban Seahawks, Gima Underkoffler. 3 for Academy Bullets, Rebecca Rentz. 4 for St. Andrews Aquatics, Aspen Gersberg. 5 for Core Swimming, Eloise Williamson. 6 for North Carolina Aquatic, Eva Belke. 7 for Long Island Aquatics, Samantha Anderson. And 8 for Petty Aquatic Association, Samantha Valasis. Olympic trial cut time, 1:00.19. Aspen Gersper, St. Andrews, lane 4, with a seed time just off the cut time. Got Rentz in 3 now, Gersper in 4 as they come into the wall in heat 16. And touching first is Aspen Gersper in a time of 1:01.68. Heat 17. Lane 1 for Blazing Barracudas, Claire Mihawk. 2 for Ole Swimming, Catherine Tang. 3 for Irish Aquatics, Lillian Christensen. 4 for TNT Swimming, Lavinia Sim. 5 for Southeastern Swim Club, Audrey Crawford. 6 for Chicago Wolfpack, Isabella Chow. 7 for St. Croix, Evelyn Wood. And 8 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Sophie Fredericks. Lavinia Sim out front at the 50, 28:49, ahead of Isabella Chow. Sim already with their Olympic trial cut time in this event. Her seed coming in 59.94. And Lavinia Sim with a time of 1:01.00 here in heat 17. One more heat left to go. Heat 18. Final preliminary heat underway in the women's 100 butterfly. Lane 1 for Hershey Aquatic, Callista Orley. 2 for Blazing Barracudas, Lily Mihawk. 3 for Germantown Academy, Taylor Grimley. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Charlotte Crush. 5 for Huntsville Swim Association, Samantha Chan. 6 for Chelsea Piers, Miller Ward. 7 for Lakeside, Sydney Brager. And 8 for Astra Area Aquatics, Lucy Velt. Charlotte Crush turns at the 50, 27:63, head of Samantha Chan, lane 5. Crush's seed time coming into this event this morning, 59.21, again quicker than the trial cut time. And the seed time for Crush quicker than the meet record time of a 59:35. And she touches in a 59.99 this morning, Charlotte Crush. Crush with that fastest time in our preliminaries of the women's 100 butterfly. 20 preliminary heats up next for the men in the 100 fly. And we start with that one now, heat 1. Lane 1 from Wheaton Swim Club, Luke Wyrick. 3 for City of Lafayette, Thomas Landrenau. 4 for Mako Aquatics, Luis Flores. 5 for Smoky Mountain Aquatic, Luke Gonzalez. And 6 for North Carolina Aquatic, Ames Wu. NCSA long course record in the men's 100 fly, 53.74 by Connor Black of Cats Aquatic. 2013 in the Olympic trial cut time in this event, 53.59. Luke Gonzalez first to touch in lane 1. 102.58. Heat 2. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Evan Critter. 2 for Tide Riders, Joshua Denkoff. 3 for Greenwich YWCA, Keegan Clark. 4 for Academy Bullets, Sebastian Lill. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Jonah Ginsburg. 6 for City of Lafayette, Liam Ulatag. 7 for Grosse Pointe Gators, Troy Liu. And in lane 8 for Arkansas Dolphins, Joshua Smith. Keegan Clark, Greenwich YWCA in lane 3, 59.59 in heat 2. Heat 3. Lane 1 for Rockville Montgomery, Lucas Caroga. 2 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Ian Novak. 3 for Franklin Regional, Ethan Price. 4 for Huntsville Swim Association, Alexander Withrow. 5 for Rockwood Swim Club, Alex Chen. 6 for Huntsville Swim Association, Owen Guerin. 7 for Arlington Aquatic Club, Robert Walters. And 8 for Mako Aquatics, Taylor Mader. And Ethan Price, Franklin Regional Swim Team, lane 3, touching first in heat 3 at a 59.78. Heat 4. Need to see coaching representatives from Petty Aquatic and Nova of Virginia at the lower admin table. Petty Aquatic and Nova of Virginia at the lower admin table. Results of preliminary swims in the women's 100 butterfly. Second alternate in E is Ward. First alternate is Mahlers. In the E final, Jimenez, Mikula, Randall, Schoch, Krager, Anderson, Colasar, and Lambert. In the D final, Chan, Lazar, Brager, Goodwin Burney, Witowitz, Connolly, Underkulfer, and Wood. In the bonus final, Arroyo, Booty, McNamara, Tang, Orley, Mihawk, Jones, Olisware. I'll be back with the rest of your preliminary results in the 100 butterfly when we get the next heat in the water. Asher Cole, Tide Riders, lane 6, 59.90. Heat 5. Rest of your preliminary results in the women's 100 butterfly. Consolation final heat, Antonuski, Christensen, Brager, Belke, Chow, Williamson, Chase, and Crawford. Into the championship final of women's 100 fly, Rentz, Mihawk, Grimley, Chan, Gersper, Frederick, Sim, and the top seed from Lakeside, Charlotte Crush, in a time of 59.99. Time now 10:31. 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event number 29. Ibrahima Diouf, Arlington Aquatic. In heat 5 here at a 58.52. Quick so far. Heat 6. Heat 6, lane 1, Rockville Montgomery, Jason Doan. 2 for Fast Tigers, Luis Sanchez. 3 for Arlington Aquatic, Cole Popovich. 4 for Tsunami, Nicholas Frank. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Aiden Erkin. 6 for Stingrays, Ryan McCoser. 7 for Kentucky Aquatics, Jackson Liu. And 8 for Rockwood Swim Club, Samuel Bola. Ryan McCosker in heat 6, 57.81. Heat 7. Lane 1 for Dance Club, Ian O'Neill. 2 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Meng Yao. 3 for Swim Streamline, Jackson Lindell. 4 for Nova of Virginia, Aiden Mumanovic. 5 for Swim Houston, Carson Smith. 6 for Arlington Aquatic, Lucas Zidlicki. 7 for Academy Bullets, Danielle Janadis. And lane 8 for Academy Bullets is Isaac Sherman. Heat 7. Carson Smith in lane 5, 58.19. Heat 8. Lane 1 for Machine Aquatics, Jason Ross. 2 for Excel Aquatics, Gabriel Lipke. 3 for Nations Capital, Daniel Filipoff. 4 for Tide Riders, Jackson Bradburn. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Andrew Wong. 6 for Tide Riders, Alexander Theodos. 7 for Lakeside, Jack Augustus. And 8 for Southeastern Swim Club, Derek Robeson. Jason Ross, Machine Aquatics, out there by himself, lane 1, on the wall in a 57.81, tying our quickest time so far. Heat 9. Heat 9, lane 1 for Huntsville Swim Association, Quintelis Darden. 2 for Petty Aquatic Association, Daniel Lister. 3 for Tide Riders, Cohen Osborne. 4 for Texas Ford Aquatic, Graydon Barker. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Anderson Church. 6 for Chicago Wolfpack, Larry Rattler. 7 for Team Pittsburgh, Tyler Turgeon. And 8 for Chicago Wolfpack, Levi Tipton. Heat 9 into the wall. Touching first out of lane 4, Graydon Barker. Texas Ford Aquatics in a 57.64. Quick time so far. Heat 10. Heat 10, lane 1. For New Wave Swim Club, Caden Hedrick. 2 for Rockville Montgomery, Quinn Marshy Onini. 3 for Lakeside Swim Team, Sawyer Tapp. 4 for Streamline, Ty Conal. 5 for New Wave, Jack Premieu. 6 for Swim Streamline, Ryan Rautenbach. 7 for North Carolina Aquatic, Peter Dunson. And lane 8 for Academy Bullets, Simon Mikowski. First to touch in Heat 10 is Simon Mikowski in lane 8 at a 57.60. That's our new quick time. Heat 11. Heat 11, lane 1, Chicago Wolfpack, Peter Nolan. 2 for Fast Tigers, Grant Rubel. 3 for Academy Bullets, Aiden Puck. 4 for North Carolina Aquatic, Benjamin Brock. 5 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Morgan Gillard. 6 for Lakeside Swim Team, Thomas Mercer. 7 for Huntsville Swim Association, Juan Pace. And 8 swimming unattached for the City of Mobile, Dane Goodman. Thomas Mercer, Lakeside Swim Teams, led all the way in Heat 11. He touches in a time of 56.76. Heat 12. Lane 1 for Grosse Pointe Gators, Benjamin Bryan. 2 for Team Pittsburgh, Zachary Schuster. 3 for Arlington Aquatic, Joshua Wolf. 4 for Arlington Aquatic, Evan Ingraham. 5 for Long Island Aquatic, Ethan Silver. 6 for Core Swimming, Michael Higgins. 7 for Dad's Club, James Grossman. And 8 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Timothy King. Joshua Wolf leads at the 50, lane 3, 26.49. Ahead of Michael Higgins of Core Swimming. Joshua Wolf from Arlington Aquatic Club, lane 3. First to touch in Heat 12, 56.54. It's our new fast time. We keep ticking it up a few notches every heat now. Heat 13. Lane 1 for Coast Guard Blue Dolphins, Ryan Griffith. 2 for Suburban Seahawks, Charlie Nenshev. 3 for Chicago Wolfpack, Aaron Gorovic. 4 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Braden Jones. 5 for Stingrays, James Widner. 6 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatics, Yufang Yu. 7 for Tsunami, Preston Zuber. And 8 for Center Grove Aquatic, Samuel Smith. Yu leads the way at the 50, lane 6, 26.66. Gregovic, lane 3, second, 26.69. Over in lane 3. Samuel Smith touching first out of Heat 13, 57.29. Heat 14. Lane 1 for Rockville Montgomery, Owen Watkins. 2 for Germantown Academy, Andrew Zhao. 3 for Academy Bullets, Tanner Stumpenhorst. 4 for Huntsville Swim Association, Jonathan McDonald. 5 for Suburban Seahawks, Can Guinier. 6 for New Wave Swim Club, Logan Beebe. 7 for Texas Fort Aquatics, Michael Seshow. And 8 for Rockville Montgomery, Jackson Rankin. Ken Guinier, lane 5, 57.32. Heat 15. Heat 15, lane 1 for Novi Sturgeons. Nicholas Serrani, 2 for Fast Tigers. Luke Parsons, 3 for Suburban Seahawks. Gavin Shiflett, 4 for Bulldog Aquatic. Adam Winnemeyer, 5 for Zionsville Swim Club. Malcolm Slater, 6 for Chelsea Piers. Owen Tharrington, 7 for St. Andrews. Lucas Bailey, and 8 for Suburban Seahawks. Zachary Oswald. Adam Winnemeyer, 55.22. That's quick so far. Again, through Heat 15. Heat 16. Lane 1 for Ole Swimming, Colin Zexter. 2 for Lakeside, Zane Butt. 3 for Academy Bullets, Sean Wayner. 4 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Jokanen Meza. 5 for Arlington Aquatic, Caleb Wolf. 6 for Long Island Aquatic, Ryan Baldwin. 7 for Arlington Aquatic, Malcolm McKenzie. And lane 8 for Lakeside, Boone Wilcox. Caleb Wolf, Arlington Aquatic Club in lane 5, 55.99. Heat 17. Lane 1 for Team Pittsburgh, William Gow. 2 for Southeast Metro Sharks, Neil Abramson. 3 for New Trier Aquatics, Nicola Tadic. 4 for Franklin Regional, James Stewart. 5 for Poseidon Swimming, Spencer Campbell. 6 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Peter Metalosi. 7 for Affinity Aquatic, Thaddeus Austin. And 8 for Germantown Academy, Brandon Flack. Heat 17 into the wall, and out of lane 1, William Gow, 57.38. Heat 18. This is the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of men's 100 butterfly. Lane 1 for XL Aquatics, Jonathan Lai. 2 for Tide Riders, Julio Suarez. 3 for Eagle Swim Team, Caden Bowers. 4 for Machine Aquatics, Ryan Graham. 5 for Suburban Seahawks, Jacob Johnson. 6 for North Carolina Aquatic, Andrew Cummins. 7 for Petty Aquatic Association, Max Peterson. And lane 8 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Owen Denker. Time these gentlemen are shooting for, the Olympic trial cut time, 53.59. Jacob Johnson, the Suburban Seahawks, here in lane 5 of Heat 18, 54.78. That's our quickest posting so far, with 2 more heats left to go. Heat 19. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Stephen Bailey. 2 for Waukesha Express, Ryan Slonak. 3 for Machine Aquatics, Noah Dyer. 4 for Huntsville Swim Association, Bradford Johnson. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, John Crush. 6 for Suburban Seahawks, Brock Whitaker. 7 for Tide Riders, Joshua Nolan. 8 for Eagle Swim Team, Langston Duncan. Bradford Johnson out front. Huntsville Swim Association at the 50, 25-45, ahead of Duncan Langston in lane 8 for Eagle Swim Team. Bradford Johnson, Huntsville Swim Association in lane 4, his time 55.05. Heat 20. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Alexander Teesing. 2 for Huntsville Swim Association, Luke Bedsole. 3 for Stingrays, Noah Smith. 4 for Kentucky Aquatics, Clark Coyle. 5 for Ole Swimming, Max Haney. 6 for New Wave, Enzo Solitario. 7 for Carolina Aquatic, William Gray, and 8 for North Carolina Aquatic, Lucas Lee. Noah Smith, lane 3 at the 50, 25.60, with Clark Coyle turning it at 25.67. Clark Coyle, Kentucky Aquatics, seed time so close to the Olympic trial cut time, 53.59. And on the wall, first here in Heat 20, our final heat, Max Haney in lane 5 for Ole, 55.62. Moving on now, 12 preliminary heats, women's 200 breaststroke heat 1. Lane 2 for Huntsville Swim Association, Walden Wilder. 3 for Huntsville, Sydney Nightcamp. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Isabella Balderrama. 5 for City of Lafayette, Brooke Gill. 6 for Astra Area Aquatics, Turin Waltz. And in lane 7 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Ayan Alaswep. Torrin Walls, Astra Area Aquatics, 251.63. Heat 2. Heat 2, lane 1 for Nova of Virginia. Christina Rodriguez, 2 for Swim Houston. Emily Ford, 3 for Rockville Montgomery. Emma Lantry, 4 for Wilmington Aquatic. Mallory Jeremiah, 5 for Germantown Academy. Isabel Liu, 6 for Wilmington Aquatic. Isabella Caraballo, 7 for Rockwood Swim Club. Zoe Chalifant, and 8 for Arlington Aquatic Club. Josephine Geisman. Here are the results of preliminary swims in the men's 100 butterfly. Second alternate in E, Conal. First alternate is Griffith. In the E final, Ross, King, Ingraham, Hedrick, Barker, Duncan, Campbell, and Widner, not Higgins. In the D final, Bailey, Wilcox, Austin, Stewart, Gow, Yinier, Smith, and Dankirk. The bonus final, Whitaker, Miza, Tharrington, Slonak, Bedsole, Lee, Mercer, and Bowers. In the consolation final heat of men's 100 butterfly, Cummins, Smith, Wolf, Gray, Bailey, Dyer, Teesing, and Knoll. And in the championship final heat of men's 100 fly, Solitario, Wolf, Graham, Coyle, Haney, Whittemeyer. You got Bradford Johnson and your top seed from Suburban Seahawks, Jacob Johnson. Jacob Johnson's time this morning in preliminaries, 54.78, the quickest turned in for that event. Time now is 10:57, 30-minute scratch rule is in effect for event number 30. Emily Ford in lane 2, Swim Houston, 248.81. Heat 3. Lane 1 for Chelsea Piers Aquatics, Sabrina Hobart. 2 for Long Island Aquatic, Kara Payton. 3 for Petty Aquatic Association, Celia Traub. 4 for Southeastern Swim Club, Kylie Zoller. 5 for Arlington Aquatic, Annabelle Bremner. 6 for Tide Riders, Ruby Nussbaum. 7 for Stingrays, Sarah Fennon. And in lane 8 for Coast Guard Blue Dolphins, Kendall Butler. Annabelle Bremner leading at the 100, lane 5, 1:18.77 ahead of Ruby Nussbaum in lane 6, who turned at a 1:18.83. Ruby Nussbaum of Tide Riders, 2:44.57. Heat 4. Heat 4, lane 1 for Poseidon Swimming, Caitlin Jager. 2 for Center Grove Aquatic Club, Carly Dodd. 3 for Salem Swim Team, Yanni Adler. 4 for Academy Bullets, Abigail Moore. 5 for Zionsville Swim Club, Madeline Aiken. 6 for Greenwich YWCA, Sydney G. 7 for Lakeside Swim Team, Sydney Green. And 8 for Suburban Seahawks, Taylor Tegler. Sydney Shee, lane 6 at the 100, 1:16.62. Ahead of Abigail Moore, lane 4, 1:17.58. Heat 4 now on the wall. And Sydney G from Greenwich YWCA, 2:42.70. Heat 5. Lane 1 for North Carolina Aquatic, Isabel Wolk. 2 for Academy Bullets, Kennedy Grossklass. 3 for Tide Riders, Charlotte Brown. 4 for New Trier Aquatics, Elise Newlands. 5 for Astra Area Aquatics, Avery Walsh. 6 for Fast Tigers, Tiga Madera. 7 for Fort Wayne Swim Team, Autumn Bruins. And 8 for Rockville Montgomery, Megan O'Hara. Isabel Walk out front, lane 1, 1:18.06 ahead of Elise Newlands. In lane 4, 1:19.38. We will be having a swim-off. We will be having a swim-off in the women's 100 butterfly at the conclusion of the preliminaries in the women's 200 breaststroke. So men in the 200 breaststroke event, we're going to have a quick swim-off before we enter into the preliminaries of men's 200 breaststroke. So just be aware of that. We'll finish out the women's 200 breaststroke preliminaries. We'll do the swim-off and then go into the men's 200 breaststroke. Isabella Walk, 2:44.53. Heat 6. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic, Madison Lill. 2 for Tide Riders, Emma Stojcevic. 3 for Rockville Montgomery, Mimi Moore. 4 for Academy Bullets, Olivia Moore. Lane 5 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Riley Freed. 6 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Marley Pellegrin. 7 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatics, Maya Boskus. And 8 for Chelsea Pierce Aquatic Club, Liv Gillen. Madison Lynn, lane 1, 243.35. Heat 7. Heat 7, lane 1, Long Island Aquatic Club, April Chung. 2 for Kentucky Aquatics, Christina Aud. 3 for Tide Riders, Catherine Chavez. 4 for Germantown Academy, Eliza Meth. 5 for Oli Swimming, Grace Aguilar Fernandez. 6 for Lakeside Swim Team, Carly Tyler. 7 for Academy Bullets, Anna Doherty. And lane 8 for Tide Riders, Emma Whisker. Again, swimmers, if you are a top seed in an individual championship final heat, you want to pick out your parade music, you can do so. You can see me. You need to do it before you head back for your afternoon break. So that way we can get it all squared away. Liza Meth, lane 4, 117.34, ahead of Christina Aud in lane 2, 118.26. Christina Aud, 243.86. Heat 8. Lane 1 for Southeastern Swim Club, Julia Kiley. 2 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Jolie Felt. 3 for Texas Ford, Morgan Farlow. Lane 4 for Machine Aquatics, Selena Stukas. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Megan Cleaver. 6 for Arlington Aquatic, Nora Sherman. 7 for Oli Swimming, Emma Kate Zanoli. And 8 for Suburban Seahawks, Natalie Hoffer. Megan Cleaver turning at the 100, lane 5, 117.60, ahead of Julia Kiley, lane 1, 118.01. Into the wall they come here to finish out Heat 8. And Megan Cleaver, lane 5, 244.11. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Tide Riders, Mary Joyce Besant. 2 for Lakeside, Sydney Perkins. 3 for Academy Bullets, Alexandra Casanovas. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Georgia Kaler. 5 for Academy Bullets, Isabella Witowitz. 6 for Eagle Swim Team, Natalia Diaz. 7 for Tsunami, Alyssa Gordon. And in lane 8 for Dad's Club, Cassidy Kitchell. Georgia Kaler from Lakeside Swim Team, lane 4. 100 split, 115.65 ahead of Isabella Witowitz, Academy Bullets, who turns into 118.36. Georgia Kaler here, Lakeside. 239.57. Our quickest posting to this point in our preliminaries of the women's 200 breaststroke. Heat 10. First of our circle-seated heats here in the women's 200 breaststroke. Heat 10, lane 1 from North Carolina Aquatic, Audrey Wolk. 2 for North Carolina. Eva Belke, 3 for Southeastern Swim Club. Audrey Crawford, 4 for Lakeside. Hannah Schmidt, 5 for Rockville Montgomery. Angela Kadori, 6 for Arlington Aquatic. Nina Wasaki, 7 for Northwest Arkansas is Lian Fang Yu, and 8 for Academy Bullets, Anya Linson. Schmidt turns 1:15.29 ahead of Linson in lane 8, 1:16.19. Hannah Schmidt, 2:35.83. And we keep getting quicker. We like it. Heat 11 now. Heat 11, lane 1, Lakeside Swim Team, Kate Brager. 2 for Academy Bullets, Chloe Diner. 3 for Affinity Aquatic, Caden Stout. 4 for Academy Bullets, Bridget McCann. 5 for the Academy Bullets, Elizabeth Naraki. 6 for Machine Aquatics, Elizabeth Bryan. 7 for Huntsville Swim Association, Alice McGraw. And 8 for St. Croix Swim Club, Madeline Reed. The Rocky out front. Lane 5, 1:11.66 ahead of McCann. Lane 4, 14:30. Elizabeth Naraki, Academy Bullets. Lane 5 at a time of 2:33.72. Our quickest posting up to now with one more heat left to go. Heat 12. Final preliminary heat of the women's 200 breaststroke. Lane 1 for Team Greenville, Lila Bogner. 2 for Long Island Aquatic, Catherine Monofusco. 3 for Chicago Wolfpack, Kayla Duran. 4 for Chelsea Piers, Abigail King. 5 for Tide Riders, Carolyn Fultz. 6 for Blazing Barracudas, Sophia Jimenez. 7 for Northwest Arkansas Aquatics, Jenna Gogolin. 8 for North Carolina Aquatic, Kenzie Kim. Abigail King in lane 4 from Chelsea Piers with a seed time coming in 32.75, just off the Olympic trial cut time. 2:31.69, but a lot of these swimmers have been having some big drops, so we'll see what she turns in here this morning. Remember, we got a swim off coming up in the 100 butterfly before we head into the men's 200 breaststroke preliminaries. So gentlemen, stand by. Kayla Duran, Chicago Wolfpack, lane 3. Turning at the 100, 1:13.55 ahead of Abigail King. King in 4 at a time of 1:14.53 at the 100. Duran at the 150, 154.35 ahead of King at a 155.74. And Kayla Duran, 2:36.84, close us out there. Swim off coming up now in the women's 100 butterfly. This is for second alternate in the E final. Lane 4 for Nova of Virginia, Madeline Bynum. Lane 5 for Petty Aquatic Association, Samantha Falacis. They tied at a 1:04.76. We're going to do that right now. Here's the turn and out in front. Falacis 29.93 to Bynum's 30.01. And Samantha Falacis, Petty Aquatic, she touches in a time 1:03.84. And even Bynum there, 1:04.37, quicker than her swim earlier this morning. So good swim, nice job, ladies. 10 preliminary heats now in the men's 200 breaststroke. Heat 1. Lane 1 for Academy Bullets, Mason Smith. 2 for Tide Riders, Alexander Theodos. 3 for Huntsville Swim Association, Justin Rowe. 4 for Dance Club, Reed Vandervoort. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Austin McGregor. 6 for Nova of Virginia, Douglas Welsh. 7 for Waukesha Express, Ian Leonard. And lane 8 of Mako Aquatics, Brady Wayneon Paw. NCSA long course record in the men's 200 breaststroke, 2:14.37, and the Olympic trial cut time in this event, 2:15.99. Here results of preliminary swims in the women's 200 breaststroke. Second alternate in E, Traub. First alternate, Stasivic. In the E final, Sherman, Peyton, Moore. So we got Abigail Moore and Olivia Moore. We got Farlow, Felt, Brager, and Bremner. In the D final, Nussbaum, Wolk, Jaeger, Cleaver, Aud, Moore, Yu, and Monefesco. In the bonus final, Lynn, Witowitz, Gogol, Xi, Bryan, Pellegrin, Kim, and Stout. In the consolation final of women's 200 breaststroke, Reed, Linson, Wasaki, Diner, Bogner, Jimenez, McGraw, and Crawford. And in the championship final heat of women's 200 breaststroke, Kaler, King, Kadori, Fultz, Durham, Schmidt, McCann, and your top seed from Academy Bullets, Elizabeth Naraki with her swim, 2:33.72. Time now, 11:34, and the 30-minute scratch rule in effect for event 31. Austin McGregor, Machine Aquatics here in Heat 1, 2:32.06 to start us off. Heat 2. Heat 2, lane 1, Machine Aquatics, Caden Wilkinson. 2 for City of Lafayette Aquatics, Hunter Boudreau. 3 for Wheaton Swim Club, Luke Wyrick. 4 for Excel Aquatics, Micah Keene. 5 for Rockville Montgomery, Edward Deviney. 6 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Joseph Kirkman. 7 for Chicago Wolfpack, Jackson Hylian Presalt. And 8 for Zionsville Swim Club, Lewis Sams. Jackson in the lead here, lane 7, 1:11.04, ahead of Caden Wilkinson. Lane 1, he turned in a 1:11.58. Luke Wyrick in lane 3, 230.52. Heat 3. Lane 1 is for Southeastern Swim Club, Eli Pacey. 2 for Excel Aquatics, Gavin Fu. 3 for Waukesha Express, Carter Jewell. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, John Frank. 5 for North Carolina Aquatic, Connor Peck. 6 for Tide Riders, Daniel Garza. 7 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Julian Pala. And 8 for Swim Streamline, Daniel Bittner. Eli Pacey out front, Southeastern Swim Club. 110.35 ahead of Connor Peck. North Carolina Aquatic Club, 110.51 at the 100. Gavin Fu touches first in Heat 3, 226.55. Heat 4. Lane 1 for Lakeside Swim Team, Peyton Harrison. 2 for Stingrays, William Iglar. Lane 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Jason Doan. 5 for Machine Aquatics, Nathan Wildman. 6 for Rockville Montgomery, Andrew Wong. 7 for Rockville Montgomery, Mathis Filtrin. And lane 8 for Stingrays, Cody Miles. William Igler, Stingrays in lane 2. Turns at the 100, 110.81 ahead of Nathan Widman. Machine Aquatics lane 5, 111.42. And William Iglar of Stingrays out front all the way here in Heat 4. He puts it on the wall in a time of 2:29.16. Heat 5. Lane 1 for Huntsville Swim Association, Jackson Frazier. 2 for St. Croix Swim Club, Jackson Kogler. 3 for Long Island Aquatic, Reed O'Connell. In 4 for Ole Swimming, Andrew Delzer. 5 for Eagle Swim Team, Holden Skidmore. 6 for Chelsea Piers Aquatic, Ches Jones. 7 for Academy Bullets, Tyler Connor. And 8 for Swim Streamline, Mason Otwell. Tyler Connor in lane 7, turning at a 1:10.04 ahead of Jackson Kogler. Jackson Kogler, St. Croix Swim Club, 2:27.08. Heat 6. Lane 1 for Rockville Montgomery, Brian Wilbur. 2 for Kentucky Aquatics, Tiernan Moore. 3 for Nova of Virginia, Matthew Wolfel. 4 for Nova of Virginia, Brian Julian. 5 for North Carolina Aquatics, Ian Platts Mills. 6 for Core Swimming, Chase Dye. And lane 8 for Dad's Club, Nicholas Hensel. Chase Dye out front, lane 6, 1:10.35, ahead of Nicholas Hensel, lane 8, who turned in a 1:10.82. Chase Dye, of course, swimming. Here in Heat 6, his time, 2:24.69. Heat 7. Heat 7, lane 1 for Kentucky Aquatics, Elijah Grinke. 2 for Kentucky Aquatics, Yi Zhang. 3 for Long Island Aquatic, Andrew Cook. 4 for Southeastern Swim Club, Colin Houston. 5 for Lakeside Swim Team, Noah Benton. 6 for Rockwood Swim Club, Jeffrey Gee. 7 for Zionsville Swim Club, Gabriel Berry. And lane 8 for St. Croix Swim Club, and then Nevercall. Andrew Cook in 3, turns into 109.63 ahead of Colin Houston next to him in lane 4. Houston turned at a time of 1:10.06. Colin Houston, Southeastern Swim Club. In lane 4, 2:25.84. Heat 8. Heat 8, the first of our circle-seated heats in the preliminaries of the men's 200 breaststroke. Lane 1 for Long Island Aquatic Club, Alan Chu. 2 for Swim Streamline, Levi Tome. 3 for Hershey Aquatic Club, Gavin Tran. 4 for Lakeside Swim Team, Wilson York. 5 for Zionsville Swim Club, Brady Byer. 6 for Suburban Seahawks, Jake Wang. 7 for Carolina Aquatic Team, Calvin Shaper. And lane 8 for Bouldermaker Aquatics, Lucas Arnaldo. First to turn at the 100, Gavin Tran in lane 3, 108.29. Just ahead of Wilson York in lane 4, turned into 108.59. And third, we got Calvin Shaper of Cat, lane 7, a 108.89 at the 100. Wilson York Lakeside Swim Team reaches for the wall and touches in a 2:20.62. Our quick posting so far with 2 more heats left to go. Heat 9. Lane 1 for Excel Aquatic, Samuel Martin. 2 for Petty Aquatic, Daniel Lister. 3 for Franklin Regional, Alexander Reese. 4 for Rockville Montgomery, Joseph Umhofer. 5 for Eagle Swim Team, Caden Bowers. 6 for Team Pittsburgh, Carter Robertson. 7 for Nova of Virginia, Spencer Ridge. And 8 for Keystone Aquatics, Ryan Lee. Caden Bowers, Eagle Swim Team, lane 5. Around at the 100, 107.57. Umhofer second. In lane 4, 107.94. And third, Daniel Lister in lane 2, who turned in a 109.25. Gets close here at the end, but Caden Bowers does touch first. 2:20.71. Heat 10. Our final preliminary heat in men's 200 breaststroke, heat 10, lane 1 from Lakeside Swim Team, Owen Durham. 2 for Southeastern Swim Club, Jihoon Jung. 3 for Core Swimming, William Savarisi. 4 for Kentucky Aquatics, Alex Oxenbeam. 5 for Greenwich YWCA, Aiden Beccaria. 6 for Swim Streamline, Tyler Tannenberger. 7 for Dad's Club is Larkin Hellman, and 8 for Texas Ford Aquatics, Michael Termalov. Oxenby turns in lane 4, 106.22 ahead of Beccaria at a 107.82. Alex Oxenbean, Kentucky Aquatics. Alex closes us out here in the preliminaries of the men's 200 breaststroke at a 2:19.34, quickest turned in for that event. So official results of preliminaries in the men's 200 breaststroke coming up in just a few moments. Timers, thank you very much for coming down out of the stands and helping out. It's so appreciated. Hopefully you enjoyed the experience, being a little closer to the action down here. Thanks to our USA swimming officials and of course our folks here at the IU Natatorium. What a great staff. Warm-ups for this afternoon's final session will be at 4 o'clock with competition getting underway at 5. We will be swimming 5 heats and all the races that we did this morning. Plus we'll have 400 freestyle relay for women and men.